Hi class, first session of the week. Hope you had a good week last week with the assessment as well as our first official session. Just a couple things to keep in mind before we start today. Our breathing, so making sure that we are breathing the right way, the correct way, which is deep inhales and slowly transitioning into a big exhale or a long exhale, right? If you want to, you can inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, whatever works for you, but really just trying to pace your breath and notice your breath. So being attentive, right? I will remind you, right, during certain exercises that might require you to pace as well as synchronize your breathing with your movement. The other thing to keep in mind is those 6 guiding principles that I sent you. So each session I might have you focus on one in particular or a couple. Today I'd really like us to focus on centering ourselves. So centering with our breathing, centering with our body, centering with the movement of our body, and also just centering ourselves mentally, right? Just trying to limit distractions, be here, be centered with what we're doing today, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and begin. We always begin with a warm-up. So our warm-up today is going to, again, start with our chest expansion. So let's go ahead and opening up our chest. We're gonna bring our arms back. When we open our chest, we are going to exhale. And we're going to slightly squeeze our shoulder blades together so that we're really stretching out our shoulders, our front of our shoulders and chest region, and making sure we have strong posture, okay? When we inhale, we close, we scoop our back by tilting our hips, our pelvis slightly forward, hollowing out, pulling our abdominals in, rounding our back and rounding our shoulders with big rounded arms in front. That'll be our inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So while you're doing this, just notice the change of the position of your spine, especially in that lumbar area, that low back, the hips. One more, inhale and exhale. Arms down. All right, let's come down to table position, hands down to the mat for our cat and our cow. So remember that our cow at the top, our head comes up, we slightly tilt our pelvis upward, arching our back slightly. That will be our exhale. Then we come down for cat and we go opposite. So we pull the hips forward, tuck them under, start to scoop or hollow out. Middle back comes upward, head comes down. That is our inhale. So we're exhaling on cow, up. Inhaling on cat, down. Exhaling up. Again, notice the change, the position of your pelvis, your hips, your lower back. One more. Inhale. Good. Bring the hands out away from you for dynamic exercise. Hips come down so our back is nice and flat with our arms straight. And we're going to pull our hips back and down, keeping our arms in that same position here, coming back and coming forward. So we're going to inhale back and exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Good. Back to table. Go ahead and come to a seated position. And remember that anytime we go down onto our backs, we're going to practice that scooping, right? We're rounding and we're slowly lowering our back to the floor. So let's practice that right now. So we're going to go ahead and scoop and lower the low back, connect to the mat first, middle back, and bring those knees in. And we're going to go ahead and begin with our 100 exercise. So remember, we're pumping with the arms. 5 pumps for an inhale, 5 pumps for an exhale. Chin to chest, scooping. That means we're drawing those abdominal muscles down towards the mat, contracting those muscles, holding them there. Synchronizing the movement of the pumping arms with the breath. Keeping count. You can drop a finger each time you complete one full breath, which is 5 inhale, 5 exhale. So that's 10 total pumps, which is one breath, right? And we're doing this repeatedly until we accomplish 10 breaths or 100 pumps of the arms. If you need to drop the head back to rest the neck, that's fine. But try to get right back in there if you can. And when you're done, you can bring your feet down and your head down. So go ahead and finish up your 100 if you're still going. We are going to go into our single leg circles, so that's a warm-up exercise for our hips, right? And our legs here. So when you're ready, go ahead and put your arms down at your sides, keeping the legs bent. We're going to keep one foot down on the floor, and we're going to extend the other leg up. And from here, we're slightly bending this knee, and we're opening the hip. So my knee and my toes are going out at an angle. They're directed out at an angle. And from here, remember, we keep our rear connected to the mat, and we just create a circle, just a small circle to warm up. So notice that the circle starts from the hip. The entire leg is rotating, and we're maintaining this open leg position. Breathing consistently, don't hold your breath. And then we're going to reverse the circle, go the opposite direction. And go ahead and bring that leg down. We're going to switch legs. So go ahead and bring this leg up, bend the knee, open the leg, and begin circling. And reverse, opposite direction. Good, and down. Nice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and begin our session. So those are all of our warm-up exercises, right? And we're just going to make sure that the first time through, we're going to go twice through this. And so the first time through, we're really just focused on learning each exercise one at a time, slowing it down, resting in between each exercise. There's no rush. This is where I really explain or direct what we're doing, okay? So listen to the words, the cues, the explanation, okay? And also watch the first demonstration so that you can do this on your own. I know this is different with in-home online. So our first exercise is our single leg stretch. but we're going to modify it today. So it's different from last week. So we're going to modify with, first of all, bringing our head up off of the mat with our hands behind our neck today. So we're still going to drop our chin down to our chest, and our shoulders are still elevated off of the mat, which means that our muscles, our abdominal muscles, are scooped, right? They're nice and snug and tight, and our low back is connected to the mat. I'm going to go ahead and bring one leg in, keeping the other foot on the ground, and I'm going to extend that leg out. And I'm going to pull it in and extend it out. So this is a really good time to center ourselves, make sure we're nice and balanced, focused on the midline of our body, consistent breathing, and we're just moving this leg. When you pull it in, try to assist and pull in a little deeper. When you extend, really point the toes, extend the leg, line. One more. Don't forget about your scooping, and bring that foot down. We're going to go other leg in and out and in and out. So you'll hear me check you sometimes, and that's just checking you to check yourself, right? Making sure your chin is to your chest, you're still scooping, abs are engaged, and you're still breathing. And rest. Nice. All right, so double leg we're going to modify as well today. So we will put our hands behind our neck. Go ahead and bring your knees in. Go ahead and bring your head and shoulders up off the mat. Hands behind the neck again, chin to chest, scooping. Now both legs are going to extend out and in. You control how low or extended you go with those double legs. Making sure we're scooped. I like to exhale as I extend my legs out and in, and I inhale here. One more. And feet down. Good. All right, so we're going to bridge a little bit here. So go ahead and put your arms at your sides, keeping your feet as close as they can towards your rear here, keeping the legs bent. Remember, we're going to lift the hips up, and when we lift the hips up, we want to make sure we engage our glutes, our quads and our hamstrings, and our abdominal muscles are pulled inward as we lift up at the top. We will hold that position and then lower. We're going to exhale as we lift. Here we go. Ready? Up. Engage at the top. Come on down and inhale at the bottom. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Nice. All right. So the next exercise is our crisscross. We're going to also modify this as well. So we are going to stay, what that means is we're going to stay on one leg or one side, okay? So we're going to go ahead and lift one knee in, keeping the other foot on the ground. I'm going to lift my head and my shoulders up. I'm going to bring my hands behind my neck. Now from here, I'm going to rotate across my rib cage, keeping my shoulders elevated, and then I'm going to come back to neutral with my trunk and extend my leg out. So focusing on being centered here down the midline, I pull the knee in, I rotate across the rib cage, extend and come back to center, okay? So consistent breathing, slowing this move down. There's no rush. Feel the muscles working. Try not to pull on the neck. We're just holding the head. Abdominals are doing the work. One more. Good. Switch legs. Pull this knee in first, rotate across, back to center, extend the leg. Last one here. Good. All right, foot down, head down. Nice. All right, so we are going to also modify our single straight leg stretch today. Again, hands will be behind the neck. Again, one leg at a time. So very similar to what we've been doing here. We're going to go ahead and extend one leg all the way up. I'm going to lift my head and shoulders up off the mat again. Bring my hands behind my neck. Again, chin to chest, scooping, and we're just dropping that leg, lifting that leg. No momentum, just slowly lifting and dropping. Stay scooped, check yourself, chin to chest. Breathing. And foot down. Other leg up and lower and up. Try to pull that straight leg towards your trunk so you can feel a little bit of the stretch through the back of the leg. One more. Good. Foot down, head down. Good. We're going to bridge a little bit more here. And this time we're going to sweep our arms out to our sides as we lift our hips up, okay? So same thing, lifting the hips up, but now we're sweeping our arms to the side and sweeping my arms back to center and bringing my hips down, okay? Just an added bonus arm move. Here we go, we're still lifting, engaging, breathing. One more. Good. All right, modified double straight. Both legs up, head and shoulders up, hands behind your neck again. We're going to bend our knees, extend the legs out, pull the knees in, and lift the legs up. We are scooping, chin to chest, breathing. Exhale here, bend, extend, pull in and up. You decide how low you go with your legs. If you do not want to go parallel to the floor, that's fine. Press that low back down into the mat as you extend those legs out. We'll go one more of these. And feet down, head down. Nice. All right, so we have our two-part roll up hold and roll down hold, right? One at a time. So go ahead and extend your legs out a little bit away from your body, keeping your legs bent, arms at your sides. So our head and our shoulders are going to come up first, right? So chin to chest, scooping immediately with the shoulders coming up off the mat. Remember that we are going to engage the glutes. So when we lift those shoulders up and we scoop the belly, we're going to start to tighten those glutes, and then those inner pelvic floor muscles we're going to try and engage those as well. And so we're just trying to squeeze a little bit right there underneath that bladder area there, and then we're just going to hold on to that until we let go, okay? All right, so we're exhaling as we lift. Here we go, ready, and up. Engage, hold, and come down and inhale at the bottom. Again, lift. And down and inhale. And up. And down. Last one, up. And down. Good. So we're going to roll to our side and push ourselves up. Come up to a seated position here. And from here, we're going to go into those roll down holds. So we are keeping the legs slightly bent, hands on the top of the knees here. We're going to immediately collapse the spine, which just means we're just letting that low back go, right? Just let it go. And then from here, we're going to lean back. So staying scooped, we're going to let go of the knees and slightly lean back. Exhale here. Come forward. Inhale at the top. Collapse, lean back, exhale. Come forward. At the top, inhale. Back, exhale. Up, inhale. One more. And inhale. Good. All right, from here we're going to sit up tall and we're going to open the legs so we can practice our spine stretch. So open V position of the legs. Arms extended all the way to the top. Flat back, nice and tall from the trunk. When the hips up in the trunk, we're going to pitch forward. Flat back. Pull the arms in, scoop through the center of the body, lift up into flat back, arms extended up. Exhale over the top. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Feel the stretch through the back of the legs, into the glutes, into that low back. One more. Good. Go ahead and bring your legs together. Slightly bend your knees. We're going to lean back on our elbows. So come on down. Go ahead and bring your heels a little bit closer to you. Now, when we're in this elbow lean back, I want to make sure that our chest is lifted and our abdomen is lifted up. So we have a nice flat back here, okay? We're going to do knee pulls. So we're just pulling one knee in and leaving that other foot grounded on the floor. Keeping the abdominal area lifted, we're extending this leg out, pulling the knee in, out, and in. Consistent breathing. Focus on staying centered through the midline of your body. Nice and slow. Full extension of the leg. One more. And switch legs. Knee pull. Leg extension. Lift the abdomen. Hold it up high. Still breathing. Still centering. One more. Good. Okay, go ahead and come forward. All right, so we're going going to learn what's called a rowing exercise today. So we are simulating a rowing move with our trunk, with our arms. So legs are together and extended. And so this is a great dynamic exercise for increasing flexibility through your hammies, your glutes, and your lower back, okay? But it's also a strength exercise because we are scooping and leaning back. So anytime we can keep practicing the scooping, we are going to gain strength in our abdominal muscles as well as our low back and our hips, okay? So here's the move. We're going to extend our arms, interlock our hands out in front of us. I'm going to collapse my spine, let it go. Now from here, I'm going to lean back as I pull my hands towards my center with my elbows bending. I'm leaning back, scooping. Then I'm going to lean forward, let go of my hands, start to reach back with my arms, and then stretch forward and sweep the arms out in front. Big stretch over the top of the legs here. Gather the hands and start again. So collapse and scoop and lean and pull. Let go. Sweep. Pull it back. Scooping as you're leaning back. We are not directing our movement with our shoulders. We're directing the move backwards with the middle back. Notice my shoulders stay hunched over my chest. Consistent breathing, continuous breathing. One more rowing exercise. Good. And sit up tall. Okay, we have spine twist. Spine twist is a great exercise for increasing flexibility in your spine, your lumbar area, and your oblique muscles and those tiny little muscles along the spine, increasing strength or improving strength in those muscles as well, okay? So postural muscles are holding our posture nice and tall, hands are behind our neck, and I'm simply going to keep my legs together, and sitting up tall, I'm going to twist in one direction slowly, and then back to center, and twist in the opposite direction, and back to center. Pull those abdominal muscles in, stabilize that back, twist. Big exhales when you twist. Inhale at center, exhale other side. One more each side, exhale. Back to center, good. All right, so we're gonna go into that mermaid exercise. And mermaid means that we need to bring our legs to our sides, right? So remember this exercise? I think I did this with you. So our legs are off to our side, folded off to our sides. And we're just doing a big side bend stretch here, okay? So find a comfortable position with your legs off to your side. We're gonna try and sit up as tall as we can, considering that our legs are folded. Sometimes that's difficult for some people, so they'll adjust their legs so that they can sit comfortably. That's fine. Just making sure that our abdomen is pushed forward. So we're sitting up tall. We're not slumping back onto our low back with a collapsed low back. We are pushing forward and maintaining the posture. Hand on the shin, hand on the mat. I'm going to let go of the mat first and assist myself in pulling my arm, sweeping it over the top, maintaining posture, let go of the shin and sweep over to the other side. Continuous, consistent breathing. Focus on being centered, right? And balanced over the top. Feel the sides stretch all the way down to the hip. we're gonna switch the legs to the other side. So find a comfortable position. We're gonna hold on to that shin. And we're gonna let go of the mat first. Pull, assist yourself into that stretch. Find your breath. Push the abdomen forward, tall posture. This will be our last one. All right, we're gonna knee hug so we can center ourselves before we turn over. So bend your knees, wrap your arms around your legs here, and just let your spine go. Let your back go. Hopefully you all have a mat and you're not doing this on a wood floor. You want a little bit of cushion, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and turn over onto our tummies. Today we're gonna practice what's called slow swimming. So opposite arm, opposite leg will do the work. This is a great back exercise. You will feel this in your lower back. So go ahead and extend your arms out beyond your shoulders here. So what's happening here is my arms and my legs are connected to the mat. I'm going to lift my head up off the mat, but I want to make sure that I'm looking down at my mat so I have a neutral neckline. I'm not arching my neck, okay? So my upper chest from my rib cage up is elevated. From here, all my weight should be on my arms at this point, okay? Now I'm going to lift one arm at a time. At the same time, I lift the opposite leg. So I'm going to lift my right arm and my left leg, and I'm going to keep my pelvis connected to the mat. So I'm just lifting my extended leg up, and then I'm lowering both. I'm going to lift my left arm and my right leg. So my weight is on my right arm and my left leg, and then I'm going to lower. So I like to really focus on pressing my pelvis down, tightening my glutes as I'm lifting and breathing. Now you probably can't get a nice deep inhale because your lungs are a little bit constricted, right? Pressing down on the mat. Hopefully you feel this in your glutes and your low back. So this is slow swimming. We're just slowing it down. Last one. Good. We're going to come up onto our elbows. So from here, this is called single leg kicks. And this is a nice exercise to, again, practice stabilizing our back by pulling our abdominals up and in. It's a movement for our legs so that we are increasing some flexibility actually through the front of the knee, quadricep through the front of the knee, and then we are pulling that leg up, so we are activating our glutes and our hamstrings, okay? So there's a lot going on from the trunk down. So we're gonna lift the hips up, resting on my forearms here, pulling my abs up and in, flattening my back here. I'm going to pull one leg in, keeping the other leg down, and then I'm going to pull the other leg in, keeping the other leg down, and I'm going to switch. And while I switch, I am concentrating on activating my hamstrings, my glutes as I pull up. I am concentrating on holding my abdominals up and in, as well as breathing through the exercise. Continuous, consistent breathing. Good. All right, we're going to come on down. Bring your hands right outside your chest area, and you're going to push yourselves up and back for low back stretch. This is also called child's pose in yoga, but I like to call it low back stretch in Pilates. All right, so from here, we're going to practice our modified push-up leg pull down. So we did this when we assessed, right? Okay, so I'm gonna walk and talk you through this again. Come down to push-up position. Hands are in a comfortable wide set position. Our hips are down. Our back is nice and flat. So the push-up is the entire trunk comes down because we bend our elbows, and then we push up, keeping our back flat. I'm going to come up onto my toes, lift my knees, so I have this high plank position, and then I'm going to lift one leg and pull down into the heel by transferring my weight back. And then I'm going to switch legs, lift, pull down, try to drop that heel down into the mat, come back to start, high plank, knees come down, we start again. At your own pace, go ahead, push up, high plank, lift, pull down, switch, lift, pull down, knees down, one more time. Good. And then kneeling tall. Whew. That'll get your breath going, right? Okay, so we're going to go into table position. And remember, anytime we're in table position, we want to focus on staying centered down the midline of our body. And that just simply means that we are pulling our abdominals in, stabilizing our back, and staying balanced through the midline of our body, even though one arm or one leg might be working, okay? So go ahead and come into table. So again, abs in, back flat, and we're going to do just some leg work. So I'm going to extend one leg back. So now one knee is on the floor, right? So I want to make sure I'm trying to stay centered here, even though one knee is on the floor and one leg is extended. Okay, I'm going to lift this leg, and then I'm going to lower this leg, and then I'm going to lift out to the side. I'm rotating it out to the side, and then I'm going to rotate it back. So it's like a little arcing, right, out to the side. So I'm lifting up, down, up and out, and back. Up, down, up and out. Try to stay centered. Try not to move your trunk or your hips too much. One more. Notice no excessive movement is happening in my trunk. I'm trying to stay as still as possible. Switch legs. Extend the other leg. We're going to lift, down, arc it out. Lift, down, arc out. Lift, down, arc out. Lift, down, arc. One more. Low back stretch. Bring the knee in. Go ahead and transfer your weight back. And this time, go ahead and bring your arms down. So your weight is off of your arms and you're just resting on your forehead. All right, we are going to start again. So let's come over to a seated position. We're going to repeat everything. So again, we're coming down to our backs from this seated position. So we want to round, scoop, and come on down, okay? All right, so we're gonna start with, on our backs with our modified single leg. So go ahead and come on down. Put one foot down on the floor. Lift your head and shoulders, bring your hands behind your neck. You're gonna pull in and out, and in and out. Scooping, breathing. Switch legs. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. All right, go ahead and rest. All right, we have modified double leg. So both legs are going to extend out and in. You decide how low you'd like to go with those legs. Go ahead and bring both knees in, head and shoulders up, hands behind your neck, and we're extending, scooping, breathing, pulling it back. Exhale here, inhale here. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. One more. Exhale, inhale. Feet down, head down, arms down. All right. We have our bridge. Here we go. Lifting up, tightening, engaging, exhaling, and coming down. And up. And down. And up. And down. One more. Up. And down. Nice. All right, next is our crisscross. So we're going to go ahead and bring one knee in. Lift the head and shoulders up. Hands behind the neck. Rotate. Back to center, extend. Inhale here, exhale here. Nice and slow. Remember, scooping the entire time, breathing the entire time. Last one. Good. Switch legs, pull it in, rotate, and out. One more. And rest your head and your feet. Good. How are you doing? You doing okay? Excellent. It's too bad I can't see you. Okay, so single straight. We're modifying this as well. So we're going to go ahead and lift one leg all the way up. Bring the head and shoulders up. Hands behind the neck. Scooping, chin to chest. Drop that leg. And lift. And drop. And lift. And drop. And lift. And drop. And lift. Switch legs. Extend that leg up and drop and lift and drop and lift and drop and lift. One more and drop and lift. Good. And rest. All right, let's bridge with arm sweep out to the side. Pull your heels in closer to you. We're going to lift hips, sweep arms out. Exhale, inhale in and down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Modified double straight, both legs all the way up, head and shoulders up, hands behind your neck, and we're going to scoop and exhale here, lowering both legs this time, and lifting. Focus on centering and pressing the middle of that lower back down as you lower the legs. One more. Feet down, arms down. Good. All right, roll up holds. Extend your legs out a little bit, slight bend in the knees, arms at your sides. Again, lifting, scooping, engaging, exhaling, holding, and down. Inhale. Up again. And down. Up. And down. We'll go one more. Up. And down. Roll to your side. Push yourselves up. Seated position. Roll down holds. Flat back at the top. Go ahead and collapse your spine. And then let go of your knees and lean back. Scooping, exhaling, holding. See if you can connect the low back to the mat as you lean back. Inhale at the top. Exhale back. And up. And back. And up. One more. And down. Good. All right, split those legs. Spine stretch. Sitting up tall. Reach up. Exhale. Stretch over the top. Inhale. Pull it back and in. Scooping. Sitting up tall. Exhale again. See if you can go a little deeper into this stretch. Good. All right, bring your legs together. Bend your knees. Come back onto your elbows. Knee pulls. Pull the knee in or heels in slightly. Lift the abdomen, one leg at a time. Knee pull, knee extension. Pull, extend. Abdominals are pulled in, but they're lifted. Breathing. Stay centered down the midline of your body. Last one. Switch legs. Pull in. Extend out, in, out, in, out, and in, and out. Good. Come back up to starting position, sitting up. Extend your legs. We have that rowing exercise, right? Legs are together. Interlocking your hands, collapse your spine. Here we go. We're going to lean back and pull the hands to the chest. Lean forward, let go of the hands, reach back, sweep around, big stretch over the top. Exhale back. Inhale over the top. Exhale back. Remember, we're scooping as we lean back. One more. Good. Sit up tall. This time spine twist with arms extended. We're going to twist. Press this back arm back. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale to the other side. Press that arm back. That opens up that rotation, that twist back to center. Press. Back to center. Press. One more each side. Arms down. All right, find your position for your mermaid. So our legs are off to our side, and so we're going to make sure that we're sitting up comfortably, up nice and tall. Hold on to this shin, and we're going to go ahead and push that abdomen forward. Pull while we assist, sweeping that arm over the top. Other side, side bend, keep the rear connected to the mat, maintain posture, and of course we're breathing, right? This will be our last one, and then we'll switch our legs to the other side. It's very warm in my living room. Hand on my shin, sitting up tall, pushing our abdomen forward. Side bend, sweep over the top. We are going to knee hug. So just bring your legs back to center. Wrap your arms around your legs and release that back. We'll do this before we go down to our tummies. And then we have our slow swim again. So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and go over to your tummies. Arms are extended out. Head of our shoulders. So again, when we do this exercise, one at a time. So lift your trunk up slightly, head is up off the mat, looking down at our mat. I'm going to lift my right arm with my left leg, keeping my pelvis connected. Breathing consistently, lift the opposite arm, opposite leg. Feel the glutes engaging when you're lifting that extended leg. One more each side. Good. Up onto your elbows, hips up, single leg kicks. Ready? One heel pulls in, other heel in. Consistent breathing, abdominals are pulled up and in, back is stabilized. Come on down, hands outside the chest, push up and back for a low back stretch. have our modified push-up leg pull down, right? So go ahead and get in your position, hands out in front, hips are down, and we're going to go ahead and lower, go at your own pace, lift up, pull back or pull down into that heel, other side, start again. One more. Good. And knees down. Kneeling tall. All right, so we're going to go into that table with leg work, right? So go ahead and bring your hands down. Table position. Extend one leg back. All right, pulling my abdominals up and in, consistent breathing. I'm lifting that back leg, pulling it down, lifting and arcing it over to the side and back to start. Again, up, down, up, and out. Stay centered, breathing. Try not to move any of the rest of your body. Your trunk stays nice and still. One more time on this side. Good, and we're going to switch legs. Extend, lift, down, up and out. Up, down, up and out. One more. Good. Low back stretch with your arms back. Good. All right, seated position again. So we're going to finish with some arm circles. So go ahead and extend your legs out, sitting up tall. We're going to extend our arms up, and we're going to circle those arms, creating some resistance and breathing. We're going to reverse the sides or the circle. Go the opposite direction. Good. All right, go ahead and bend your knees. Accordions, hands over knees. We're going to collapse our spine and lean back, and then come forward, pushing the abdomen forward. And then collapse and lean back. Breathing, push forward. Continuous movement, just limbering up that lower back. Any tightness, and centering, of course. Good. All right, extend those legs again. Last exercise for arms. Arms out, sitting up tall. I'm going to bring my arms forward and cross my right arm over my left arm with a pulse move here. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to switch levels. So I'm going to go left over right, pulse in front, creating resistance, alternating right over left, left over right. Sitting up tall, breathing. Create resistance, tighten the muscles, shoulders all the way through the arms, the upper back. All right, go ahead and front stretch forward. And we are done. Nice job, you guys. That's the first session of the week, so look for the second session to be available to watch in 2 days. Okay? Have a great rest of your day.